Another episode of Life's a Fight. I'm here with a good mate of mine. Many of you may know him as Alex Simon. Through social media, you may know him as Godly Strong. I myself, which we'll get into in a minute, know him as Oos and have for a very long time. Before we kick this episode off, I want to talk about my major sponsor for this episode, which is Underground Clothing. As you can see, that some people say that you couldn't polish a turd, but Underground Clothing certainly have proved that wrong. Alex Simon, Godly Strong, Oos, welcome to Life's a Fight.
Thanks for having me, bro. Nice to see you.
It's always good seeing you, my brother. You know, you and I have known each other for such a fucking long time. You know, we were just talking about my cousin Siege, who obviously you're best mates with, Mark Murphy.
Can't help but laugh, mate.
Oh, bro, well, we've known each other for such a long time, you know, and I've been so excited to get you on here. I know how busy you are. You know, I know you've had such a active, busy life, obviously, even in the time that I've known you. And I want to say, mate, I'm super proud of you. You know, we'll see this as an onion. And in your case, it's a very, very big onion, would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say so.
So I'm going to talk as if I don't know you that well, just to really peel back this onion so that the people at home can get to know you. But I'm going to call you Alex. It seems a bit weird because I've always called you Oos, but Alex, tell me a little bit about your upbringing growing up.
Grew up in the northwest of Sydney, middle-class family, no real problems, so very blessed in that regard. Played footy my whole life.
Yeah.
Was always overweight, so I was very insecure when I was younger. And that's it. Nothing out of the ordinary.
For people that didn't know you when you were a teenager, would some call you a man-child?
Yeah, I was a big boy.
Yeah.
I had big size. I was overweight, so I was fat.
Yeah.
But I still always had like heavy bones.
Yeah.
I was always the biggest kid around.
Yeah. Which we'll get into now. Obviously, everyone knows you can defend yourself, but growing up, being a bigger boy, did anyone ever sort of give you any shit or try to sort of put you down for being oversized? Or
Yeah, I had a bully in primary school, right? I'll tell you a story.
Please do.
I told this was only recently on another podcast. This was the first time I've told it publicly.
Yeah, talk to me.
Yeah. Anyway, so it was year 2, and this kid kept bullying me, but I was too shy to do anything,
Yeah.
right? I was very insecure, right? And I hated confrontation when I was young. Hated it. Always tried to steer away from it. Anyway, I had this crush. So I just chat to her, just friendly, you know, play handball with her and shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, and this fucking, can we swear?
You can swear whatever you want,
And
yeah.
this fucking cunt, he kept coming up to me, just like the fatty names.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fatty Boomba. I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Well, you remembered Fatty Boomba.
I did. Anyway, this fucking cunt, he was getting me for like a few weeks, right? And I just shut up and just cop it. Anyway, so I was chatting to my crush one recess. He came up to me in front of her and he just started nailing me, Fatty Boomba. Yeah. And I could see she got upset for me. Yeah. She was like a sweet girl.
Yeah.
And I got fucking angry, bro. And because I seen she got upset, I just started fucking going red.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were next to a brick wall. And I just went, fuck. And I just grabbed his head and I just went, bang, and smashed it against the wall. And he chipped his tooth.
Oh, no.
Right? Anyway, he never picked on me again.
Yeah.
And I seen him when I was 18, just before I went to jail. Just before I went to jail, I seen him out when I was 18. Because I moved schools, like, I think the next year, right? I never saw him again. And I seen him out, and I remembered his face.
Yeah.
And he seen me, and we made eye contact, and he came up to me real, like, hesitantly.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, bro, do you remember me? I go, yeah, I do. He goes, are we cool? I go, yeah, bro, all good. And I said when he smiled, he still had the fucking chip too.
You know, it's funny. I want to say a topic, something on that topic, bro. I'm not someone that holds grudges. When I went away to work on myself, I released any resentments that I had and I let go of them. But before I went away to work on myself, I remember when I was in primary school, if you were naughty, you got this thing called a green card. And for if 3 days you got detention, you couldn't go out to lunch if you were naughty. I used to get them all the time. And my dad came in and my mum came in to talk to the teacher with me about the amount of green cards that I was getting. Anyway, after that, I remember this Asian bloke punched me in the face.
Cunt.
And I looked at him and I thought, oh, and I remember just crying, right? Anyways, and just before I went away to work on myself, he messaged me or went to add me and I added him back and I replied. And this is, I wouldn't do this now, but I did then. I remember, listen, mate, this was like probably 15 years later. Oh, no, I've never forgot you punching me in the face. But I've obviously let go of it now. But it's funny how, you don't forget things like that,
Yeah, but you got to let them go.
Yeah, of course. No,
Or else it's bad for you.
Absolutely.
If you don't.
You do. But on that topic as well, you would say, like, people that do bully people, man, like, you might bully someone now, they could end up being your boss in 10 years' time.
Bro, I don't know. I just find it weak.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean? It's just go bully someone that's tougher than you then.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If you want to be a mad cunt,
yeah,
go in the ring and fight.
yeah,
Something. Fucking
Yeah.
do something. Join the army. Go fight in a war zone.
yeah.
Don't just bully someone because you know you got over them. You're a weak cunt.
You are. You are.
Yeah, but it just happens because, like I understand,
Yeah.
but I just don't like it. I don't respect it.
Well, a lot of people that know, when you know that you can defend yourself, you really don't walk around acting like a tough guy.
You don't need to.
You don't need to. So do you find it's those that sort of have a point to prove or want to prove to those around them that act like that?
Majority of the time. There's always the exception, Sometimes there's just cunts.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah.
And you find them and you just whatever. Cunt's
Yeah.
a cunt. But majority of the time, the ones that,
Yeah.
bark the loudest, like a little fucking pit
Yeah.
bull with no leash, they're the ones that are,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
they're not it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For people that don't know you, how would you, and this might seem a bit strange, how would you describe yourself as a person? So another person describing you, but it's you describing you.
Oh. Yeah. How would another person describe me?
Yeah.
Big, strong cunt.
Yeah.
Big banger.
Yeah.
Sweet cunt.
You are.
Teddy bear.
You are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And how would you
Sorry, let me add one more.
You can.
Sorry to cut you off. Definition of don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, that's so true. And
I
a lot of
think
people
that's
do
fair.
that as well.
Of course.
Mm.
We all do. To
How-
some degree.
Yeah, massively.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's right. Judgment is surrounded by, it's practically everywhere,
Yeah.
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 But judgment, man, is I find that people that judge people or will only judge someone that's maybe doing better than them.
Yep.
You won't find someone that's doing better than you
Yeah.
try to bring you down or try to judge you on something that you
Yeah.
do.
Usually.
Usually.
Yeah.
You
We
know?
got to say usually because
Mate,
there's always exceptions,
yeah.
but the overwhelming majority.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly. So that's obviously how you are. But growing up, were you a bit of a hothead or what was your personality like?
Look, my personality, I was quite reserved.
Yeah.
I didn't, because I was very insecure about my weight.
Yes.
I was always overweight and fat. And I was very embarrassed and insecure by it. I didn't like to stand out. So even though I had the size, everyone would look at me. I tried to just kind of stay in the shadows a bit.
Yeah.
So I didn't express myself too much.
Yeah.
Unless it was in my small group knit of friends who, all
Of
very
course.
well.
Yeah.
And bro, I enjoyed. There was like 4 of us growing up,
Yeah.
Wade, Murph,
Yeah, of
Siege.
course,
We
yeah.
just kind of stuck together,
That's right.
done our thing, and we were just tight, had a laugh, played footy together, hanged out. Tight as, it was good circle. But other than that, I just kind of kept to myself, bro,
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know your story and I know what your personality is like, mate. You're one of the greatest blokes you'll ever meet. You're respectful, and mate, I love you. But I know that there was a stage where you're not a big partier. You never went out looking for trouble, but you ended up finding yourself in jail. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, bro, still to this day, I've never smoked weed once.
Yeah.
Never taken a pill.
Yeah.
Never done 1 line of cocaine. No interest. From young, and you can remember that.
Absolutely.
No interest. And it's always been around me. But since young, I was just like, nah, I want to be clear-headed, But still, there was always this like feeling when I was younger that I was kind of like an outcast. Never felt like I fit in, you know what I mean, into the norm. So, I don't know, we just kind of, you get your mates and you kind of all feel similar. You're not the norm.
Yeah.
So you're kind of, your mentality when you're young, it's just like, quote, fuck the norm.
Yeah.
So you just kind of, boys will be boys, put them in together, and you just kind of get that like young, dumb mob mentality.
Yeah.
Everyone just, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just start doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
So I just started being, a bit silly, and bro, 18, straight to the big house.
So looking back at it now, would you say it was like you sort of wanted to fit in or you wanted to make money or you were just a boy's boy? What would you put it down to?
I wanted acceptance.
Yeah.
Straight out. I wanted acceptance. I wanted to feel loved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just kind of, do things if cunts would be like, you're a sick cunt after.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, you know,
Yeah.
obviously it was illegal.
Yeah.
That's why I went to jail. But I just wanted that, I wanted to feel that acceptance, you know,
Mm.
because I didn't love myself. I had no confidence. Even though I'd started training and had a fight
Yeah.
and I was physically capable, even at this stage,
Yeah.
I still mentally, I was very weak minded
Yeah.
and I lacked confidence. I had terrible fucking just belief in myself.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
anything that I could do, and obviously I was a big, strong guy.
You're massive.
Yeah, so people like, you know, you're an easy target to
Yeah.
do. People to ask you to do shit if
Of
it's not
course.
in the right thing.
Yeah.
So I just wanted people to say like, pat on the back, sick cunt.
Yeah.
Oh, am I? That's what it was, bro.
Because when you're at that age, people look. I know when you know me, when I was a bit of a hothead. You think it's cool to be a good fighter or whatever it may be, but you look back at it now, and you know, at that age, you think you know everything. But now, if you could give that advice to your younger self, you know, what would you change? Or what would you tell your 18-year-old self?
Ooh, that's a good question. What would I tell my 18-year-old self? Start the journey as hard as it will be to start loving yourself and do what you want to do, not what other people want from you. Don't worry about impressing other people. Fuck them. They don't give a fuck about you. Impress yourself. Impress your parents. You know what I mean? Impress
Yeah.
your family. People that actually got your back. Impress them. Impress you. What do you want to do? Go chase that. You got issues? No worries. Start working on them. Like I do now. I go to therapy. You know what I mean? I do meditation. I'm like, sometimes I microdose magic mushrooms.
Yeah. Mate, Joe Rogan's massive on them.
Yeah, saved my life, bro.
Yeah.
We'll come up to that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, bro, just do the inner work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look inside.
Yeah.
Get it done.
And that's the biggest advice I would give to a younger person is I know I used to think that I knew everything. And a lot of 18-year-olds probably think, I know that. I know that. But taking advice from someone that's been through a similar journey to you can not maybe save your life, but it can keep you out of jail, keep you in dramas, teach you who the real ones are.
Yep, 100%.
Because I want to go into that first day. You're at roughly 18 years old. You're a big boy. You're a fighter already at that stage. You know, you've got the look. You walk into jail, and what do you feel?
Oh, I was fucking shit in my pants.
Yeah.
First day of jail. So how's this? I got my house raided in the morning, sent to the cop shop, bail refused. Jail truck comes, cuffs you, strips you naked. The first thing that scared the fuck out of me when you get searched in the police station, you're naked, and then he goes exactly like this: spread your cheeks and squat. I was just like, I'm sorry? I beg your pardon? Spread your cheeks and squat, mate. And I was just like, fuck's sakes.
Well, imagine a big ass like yours, you bend over and you farted, you would have blown the fucking poor bloke's head off. So you go and so you walk into jail, you've spread your cheeks.
Spread them.
Yep. You go into jail.
Yeah.
Where do you go from there?
So you go to Darcy first night, which is where it's like the place you go when you're waiting for a bed in the main.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone comes in Darcy fresh off the street. Darcy's a wild place, high on drugs, coming off drugs. Cunts are not sleeping. Yeah. Cunts are screaming, fucking going crazy, screaming at people, dramas on the outside. I remember the first night I was in there with my co-accused, who you know very well, my best mate, still to this day. So we were sweet, we were together, but we'd just hear cunts going fucking crazy in there. And then one of the boys, I think he was like I forgot exactly, he was like 2 or 3 cells down. He was like, I'm going to bash the fuck out of you in the morning to this, not to me, to this bloke just screaming all night, banging the door. Yeah. And first thing in the morning, the cell door opens and he just goes and fucking lays him out straight away.
Oh, fucking hell.
Bro. So I was like, ooh.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I mean? But then you get put in the main, and that's when you kind of, got to sort out who's who in the jungle to say.
Who's who in the zoo.
Yeah.
So you go there and obviously, I know in New Zealand it's mainly on gangs, but you go to who you're with, obviously color wise, gang wise. But in Australia, you go to your nationalities, or who did you sort of divert to?
So the jails I was in, it's not like there are jails like that. Like that's kind of Goulburn. They got different nationality pods.
Yep.
A lot of the nationals do stick together.
Yeah.
But you can kind of you mix with people like we had like Asians in our little crew. We had Persians, a couple Islanders. Like you just kind of meet people you get along with, you know.
Yeah.
So those are the ones I was in.
Did you just keep your head down, or?
Yeah, bro. As as I've said before in the past, I didn't get involved in drugs in there. That's when you'll have like big trouble.
Yeah.
You get involved in drugs. I don't take drugs.
Yeah.
I stayed away from that. I don't disrespect anyone, and like I stand my ground.
Yeah.
So,
Did you have any fights in jail?
sweet.
Which is
I
good.
don't want to speak too much about it.
Which is
but
absolutely
nah,
fine.
yeah.
But did you see some pretty hectic stuff going in there?
Yeah. You saw someone get shanked.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and it's crazy the fact that, especially people that even nowadays, I don't know, I'm hoping that it's slowly weeding out. But there was a big stage where everyone would talk about carrying weapons, carrying this, carrying that, and there's a generation now that they think that that's normal.
Yeah.
But they don't understand, man. Carrying a weapon, stabbing someone, man, you could just kill them just as quick as you shoot. You know, as shooting someone, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's bullshit, bro.
Yeah,
Especially, I know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah,
And it's just, you look back and you just think like, fuck, what am I doing now as a father? I just think like,
yeah,
my kids got involved in like over a fucking, a number on a postcode?
yeah.
Like, it's bullshit, bro.
Yeah, it is.
It's bullshit. And
It is.
people are dying.
That's right.
It's fucking tragic, bro. It's
It
very
is.
sad.
So you leave jail from there, and did you set yourself up with some goals, or what was your mindset like once you left jail?
Look, bro, yeah, jail was okay, but I knew I didn't want to go back.
Yeah.
You know, like just getting told what to do, locked in at this time, eating whatever you have to.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. So I just said, you know what? And obviously you meet a lot of people in there and you got options, you know, but it's up to you whether you want to say yes to those. But everyone was just saying like, you're a big cunt, you should just try fighting, training, whatever. So I just knew I wanted to just put my head down and just focus on training and make that my whole kind of life. Like I'm just gonna, when everyone says Alex, they're just gonna be like, yeah, he's a fucking beast, he's an animal.
Yeah.
He just trains, and that's pretty much it. That was my way to kind of stay out of trouble and just keep myself focused with training goals.
Yeah.
So that's what I did, bro.
Well, I remember when you first got out of jail, you know, you've obviously, which we'll touch on now, you had a fight before you went into jail, and I want you to tell that story.
The fight
your
before
first
jail,
fight,
I was 16. I'd only been training boxing a couple months. I fractured my knuckle maybe roughly 6 weeks before this fight.
Yeah.
So I hadn't done any training. I was on the piss with Mark Murphy the night before. Anyway, I was going to go up to Newcastle and corner a friend of mine. So I wasn't going to fight. I was going to corner a friend of mine. And I was with Murphy at the train station, and I get a a no number, I don't know. I answer, I put it on loudspeaker. It's like, hey, mate, this is blah, blah, blah from the promotion tomorrow. Your mate tells me you're a big boy. I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, do you want to fight? I'm like, oh, not really. Like, kind of drinking now, and I've got a broken hand. Like, I haven't trained.
Yeah.
He's like, well, mate, I can tell you, I was 16 at the time. He's like, well, mate, I can tell you, the other bloke would be a teenager, and it's his first fight as well. And then Murphy just, peer pressure, do what you can.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was just like, oh, fuck it.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, done. You know what I mean? I was shitting it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Murphy didn't even rock up.
Wonder where he was.
Yeah. Anyway, and then my other mates who I told, they came to my house at like 3:30 the next day. I wasn't going to go, bro. I was like, no, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to Newcastle. Right. When I woke up with a hangover.
I can imagine.
And then they just knocked on my door at like 3:30 in the other. They go, let's go.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, fuck it. Let's go. Anyway, I walked in there. We were real late. Like everyone's already getting their hands.
Yeah.
Gloves put on. And I was like, fuck. Just rocked up. And I'm sussing out the room. Who's the biggest cunt there?
Yeah.
Who am I going to fight?
Yeah.
No, all little fellas. And I was looking. And then just in the corner, I just seen this big cunt Samoan with a big afro. He looked about 30 years old. Yeah. He was 30 years old. I found out later when I spoke to him.
Yeah.
And he just starts bombing pads. And I was just like, my heart just sunk. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I knew it was for me, because there was no one else big.
Yeah.
Anyway, I fought him. I knocked him out, luckily. And I spoke to him after. It was his 9th fight. He had 8 wins.
Yeah.
And he was 30 years old. Fucking dog promoter. Fucking dog.
But, mate, look, obviously I know a lot of promoters. So I don't want to talk on that regard, but I know a lot of promoters will tell you what you want to hear just for you to be able to take the fight. Man, this is a fight you'll win. You think, yeah, how good is this? You go there and you think, oh, fuck me dead.
Scumbags.
That's right.
Well, that's the game.
Yeah, it's the game, mate. Let's talk about you. I brought it up to you early before, but I remember your first 3 of your amateur fights. I remember from memory, 55 seconds. you had 3 fights and you'd knocked them all out.
Yeah.
There was footage of one I remember, and I'm going to get Tommy to bring the video up. You hit him once, and this is very, very rare. You actually hit him on the way down.
Yeah.
Tell me about that fight.
Yeah, bro. I don't want to. I just want to be respectful because he actually passed away recently.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So all respect to him.
Absolutely.
But yeah, bro. I was my first fight back from jail and started training again. Drew a big crowd out in Penrith, and yeah, bro. It was just I was nervous. Big
Yeah.
fight. He threw a leg kick. I saw his arm drop. I just threw my normal shot,
Yeah.
hook, and
Yeah.
then I seen him I seen his eyes roll back,
Mm.
and it's a fight, bro.
Yeah.
I got heaps of hate after this as well. But
Did you?
Oh, bro. But spur of the moment, I've rocked
Yeah.
him. What if he got up and knocked me out?
Yeah, that's
so I hit
right.
him again,
Yeah, that's right.
and it was a big hit,
It was a massive
and I
hit.
got him. Yeah.
You look.
But I got so much hate after that,
Yeah.
bro, because I didn't even have Facebook. But he went on Facebook, and there was thousands of comments, and it was the dumbest comments too, like
Yeah.
fucking shit, like racist cunt, black hater, and I was like,
It-
I'm reading them. I'm like, I don't even have it, but my mates are showing me. I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
It's
And then my mates, like my Islander mates, jumped on and like started nailing him. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, it's a fight.
it is, man.
He would have done it to me.
100%.
Like, it is what it is. We shake hands after.
100%.
Yeah.
But you know, it's generally that those people that will comment about fighting that are the ones that have never jumped in the ring or never would.
Mm.
They'll sit there and critique absolutely everything.
Yeah, keyboard warriors.
Mm.
It's just part of it.
And anything that you do, and obviously we'll get into more of the stuff you've done. Anything that you do, that there's people that they're going to hate on you for everything you do. Do you get it in your comments?
all the time, bro.
All the time.
All the time. When I was younger, it really affected me.
Yeah.
I'd read them all and I'd be like, oh, what? Like,
Yeah.
I'd take it to heart.
Yeah.
But then I just learn. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I hardly read them now.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck. Say whatever the fuck you want to say.
Yeah.
I don't care. I care about what my fucking kids think. Who are you?
Yeah, that's
Get
right.
fucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's a shame, but your next fight. So obviously I know that you've had your amateur career. You then have had an MMA career, but you also had a fight on a no limit card I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was shit.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, bro. It was another MMA fighter, as was I. So not like, no disrespect, but
Yeah.
myself included, not talented, skillful,
Yeah.
sweet science boxers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
MMA fighters, brawlers.
Yeah.
Anyway, he kept hitting me, and then he just kept grabbing me.
Yeah.
And I was just like, which, obviously not meant to do in boxing. And it was just, the whole first round was just that. And it was real awkward. And then the second round was the same shit, hit and grab. And I was like, fuck's sakes, like,
Yeah.
I can't get anything off. He just keeps grabbing me. And the ref didn't do nothing. And I remember I landed a good shot, put him back into the ropes, and I came in with like a big swing, and he full straight up footy tackled me.
Yeah.
Like full footy tackled me.
Yeah.
And I was going back, and I thought, like, if I don't do something, I'm going to go over.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's like, well, I know how to trip cunts.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to let him know, like, don't fucking
Stop
grab me,
grabbing
cunt.
me. Yeah.
So I just, as he was getting me, I just went, fuck this. And I just put my leg around him,
Yeah.
and I, like, fucking tripped him down. And, bro, I train MMA. So
Yeah.
you take someone down and you drill, you hit him.
Yeah, that's right.
So I tripped him, and then I went to throw it while he was on the ground,
Yeah.
and I pulled back.
You did. I remember exactly.
I pulled back. But the referee said I hit him on the ground, which is a big no in
Massive,
boxing.
Yeah.
And he
Is that
DQ'd
why
me
he
straight
DQ'd?
away.
Wow.
Straight away.
Because I
Not
didn't-
because of the trip,
Yeah.
but I tripped him and then I hit him on the ground. So he said. But I didn't. That's why I blew up. I was furious.
Did you speak to the ref after that?
Yeah. I said, you're a fucking dog.
Yeah. What did he say to you? Was he staunch on obviously what he thought he
Yeah,
saw?
you hit him, mate. You hit him.
Yeah.
That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
But props to the opponent. Good bloke.
Yeah.
Straight away after, he said, no, he didn't hit me.
Wow.
Yeah. So shit happens.
Honesty, man. But honest, bro, you respect honest people.
Yeah.
It's good, man. Like,
yeah,
especially
fucking oath.
and I want to, Alex, obviously you're a big boy. You can fight, and you've obviously, mate, you've knocked practically most of your opponents out. But the truth is, and this is an example, people were on the street think I'm the best fighter in the world. No one can beat me. I remember that there was a fight. You were fighting the mate, and he's a very, very talented, good fighter. He was the champion. I remember speaking to you before the fight. I said, what's your plan? He said, I'm going in.
Yeah.
I'm going in hard.
No plan.
There was no plan. You just wanted to knock him out.
Yeah.
You went in with that plan, but the thing was, he also went in with that plan.
Yeah.
And that was a fight where, he caught you,
Cheating me, bro.
which happens.
Yeah.
What was the feeling of that?
Bro, when I got knocked out, it fucking crushed my world.
Yeah.
Right? I was always known. I had a lot of hype in Australia.
Yeah.
I was Australia's strongest man. I had
Yeah.
like 6 or 7 fights at the time.
Yeah.
And I fucking smashed everyone in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
No skill, just brawling and just brute power.
Mm.
And I was in the paper a lot, had a lot of hype, you know what I mean? And I just went in there, fully disrespected him, just started swinging straight away. Big 130 kilo Samoan. He doesn't give a fuck about me trying to look tough.
Yeah.
And he just fucking ducked and went, boom,
Yeah.
dropped me.
Yeah.
And I was out, and I was so fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
I threw the biggest tantrum in the change room.
Did you?
Oh, I lost my shit, bro.
Yeah.
Just the embarrassment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it took me, like, honestly, a good year and a half to recover.
Yeah.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
And I was just, but then when I did, it was fucking a blessing in disguise, bro. You know why? Because when you eat shit, and you're not the sickest cunt anymore.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
You see who's real, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You see who's got your back. And
Yeah.
I did, bro. And I saw who didn't have my back. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And you don't forget that
You
shit.
never forget that.
Always. And it's good to know.
Yes, it
You
is.
know?
I can relate to that in a huge way.
Yep.
And you always be mindful of that.
Yeah, bro.
Everyone, you'll know, I've got the social media flow now. I see, you know what I mean? I've got all the friends in the world, but I'll never forget back to when I hit my rock bottom.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't the best version of myself, which is obviously different to that, but you still see sort of who scatters from you
Yeah.
when times are tough, but then
Yeah.
who's there for you, you know?
100%.
Yeah,
It's good to know.
it really
You
is.
know, it's a good humbling lesson.
Yeah,
And it's good to know who's down for you.
yeah,
You know? Because they love you.
that's right.
Not because of what can I get from it, or
Yeah.
it makes me look good hanging out with this cunt.
Very true.
You know what I mean?
I always say that you don't lose friends, you just realize who the true ones are.
For sure. Yeah.
And on that, like speaking on that, anyone that can train, you know, you get these big blokes that go to the gym, muscles, they look good. They probably, you know, that they think that they're the best fighter in the world, but realistically, everyone in the world, and mate, you knock everyone out, you know. So this is a perfect example. But you know, they don't grow muscles on chin, you know. Like, so for everyone that walks around thinking I'm fucking big and strong, it can happen to anyone.
Bro, the greatest fighters in the world have been knocked out.
Everyone.
You know, it's just
Yeah.
there's two people punching on.
Yeah.
One's gonna win, one's gonna lose.
Yeah.
That's the
And
sport.
I'm gonna get some of your footage that brought up. You know, your game plan generally is to go out and just knock them out. Has it always been the way?
Yeah, I'm trying to fix that now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to actually start using my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
So relax, you know,
Yeah.
and actually show a little bit of skill now.
Yeah.
So my next fight, I'm hoping to do that.
I
But
love
in the
that.
past, yeah, bro, no game plan. Just
Yeah.
I'm a beast. Fuck, I'm gonna run through this cunt
That's
and
right, I'm gonna knock
swing
him out.
and just
Yeah.
you know.
Love him.
Yeah.
It's always the mindset. So what are your plans now fighting wise? I know you're obviously training. You're training with we follow each other on Instagram. I think he was at the fight, the MMA fights with the champion. What's his name?
The little Italian guy,
Yes.
Renato Subotic.
Renato Subotic.
Coach
Yeah.
Subotic.
Yeah, and he's a very talented fighter.
He's great, bro. He's he's my coach now full time out of Infinity Gym in
Yep.
Rockdale.
Yeah.
So I'm there full time. He's great, bro.
Yeah.
Young, passionate, hungry, wants to get after it. That's what I need, and close to home.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's very good.
Yeah.
So I'm under him full time now.
Beautiful, brother. And are there any fight plans in the near future?
Yeah, we had one, but I was just telling you before, it just kind of looks like it might not be happening now. So
Yeah.
I'm training, bro. I'm training every day. I'm dropping the weight, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need something in the next 2 months.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
few options.
Do
So
you
I'm
have,
sure I'll get
mate,
something.
throw out some names. Is there anyone who's someone out there, and it's no disrespect to them, who's someone that you'd love to fight?
Bro, honestly, I don't call cunts out.
You don't? Yeah.
No, it's a sport to me.
Yeah.
It's something I'll prove to myself.
Yeah.
I don't call cunts out. My dream, my goal is to make the UFC
Yeah.
because I want to for me.
Yeah.
I want to look in the mirror and say, I fucking did it.
Yeah.
Coming from a kid that was terrified of fighting,
Yes.
scared to fucking be seen,
Yeah.
let alone the thought of being in confrontation, my
Yeah.
heart would start going fucking 1,000 beats an hour.
Mm.
I want to say that kid fucking stuck it out, went through all this bullshit setbacks, and still fought in the biggest league in the world.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah.
No ego involved. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm the most chill cunt. I don't talk shit.
You are.
I want to do it for me. I want to.
So is that your
Look in
goal
the
to
mirror.
still make the UFC?
Yeah, bro. I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And are you set on that goal? When you
Yeah,
when you
bro.
say I want to make the UFC, is it I'm
Bro,
gonna
I'm
make
young. I'm capable.
Yeah.
I want to do it, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now, you mentioned before, you mentioned your kids. Are you still with the partner of your kids?
Now, so we split up. It's coming up very shortly on 3 years.
3 years.
3 years divorced.
Yep. And how is that going? Do the kids live with you?
I have 50% custody.
50% custody. And
Yeah.
how are you going regarding having that 50% obviously to when you had them 100%? Do you struggle with that a little bit?
Look, now it's kind of it's been 3 years, so I am kind of used to it now, and I've kind of actually finally accepted what it is.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to accept it.
Yeah.
And to try and get over the actual guilt towards the
Yeah.
kids that they only do get to see me half their life,
Yeah.
which I never wanted. And it took me a long time to accept that. But things happen.
Yeah.
Not everyone makes it as a couple.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're like a shit father, because I'm not. I'm a fucking great father.
Yeah. I know you
Everyone
are.
around me knows that, in
Yeah.
my tight circle.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things. It happens. People don't make it as a couple. Kids are involved sometimes. I think now more than half of marriages end in divorce.
They do.
It's just one of those things, bro. It happens. But
Yeah.
my main goal now is when my kids are with me, I want them to see their dad happy, fills them with love, and just makes their life better.
Yeah.
So that's all I focus on.
I love that, brother. You're a man of morals, a man of respect, and I love you.
Thanks, bro.
Alex, you're a big tough guy on the outside, but every single human's got an inside as well. I want to know about your rock bottom because that's what it affects.
My rock bottom, bro, I would have to say, like, I went to jail and I was sweet. You know what I mean? I was
Yeah.
like, it was all right. I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, I shouldn't say I didn't care,
Yeah.
but I was okay. Bro, my rock bottom was when I got divorced and wasn't with my kids.
Yeah.
That was the hardest time of my life.
Yeah.
It was a very, very ugly breakup. Crushed me.
Yeah.
Crushed me. Imagine going to sleep every night, your kids are alive, rubbing their backs to sleep, and the last thing you hear is, Daddy, I love you. And then not having that.
Yeah.
You had this happy family in this home, little fucking fans, all that nice bullshit, dream everyone wants. I had that. And then you don't have that.
How did it affect you?
Bro, I just felt like the biggest fucking failure. Like I've failed my kids because I didn't make it with their mum.
Yeah.
Like it just crushed me in my heart
Yeah.
deep. And it was like overwhelming guilt, and it took me a long time to accept it and
Yeah.
get through it.
When people go through the struggle, they can relate to alcohol, drugs, gambling, and a lot of outlets. What was yours?
Look, my outlet has always been training.
Yeah.
To be honest, since I was about 15 when I started training every day religiously, I'm 32, more than half my life now. I've done it 6 days a week minimum religiously.
Yeah.
I can't function properly without it. That's my training. That's what keeps me like just mentally stable.
Yeah.
When I don't, I start to spiral and
Yeah.
the depression comes on heavy.
Yeah.
Everything, all the bad thoughts and feelings
Yeah.
comes on heavy. So when I train, it's like I've done the hard thing now. Now I'm like, everything else is okay. I can work around everything else. But
You mentioned the word depression. When that happened, did you isolate? Did you feel it affected your mood? What changed, or how did it affect you? From what angle did it hit you?
yeah, when I got separated and I didn't have my kids full time, I was very, very depressed, very angry, very angry. And I did isolate a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wouldn't have been nice to be around.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I didn't really see many people at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of lonely fucking nights in my apartment, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sitting on the balcony, just by yourself, I've fucking failed my life, that feeling.
Mm.
And a few times when, as I said, it was a very messy breakup and it really affected me in a bad way. And there was a few nights when I was just missing my kids so much. I was just sitting on the edge. I had the top floor apartment in my building. I was just sitting on the edge of the balcony. I'm just thinking, oh, fuck, should I just jump off? It's just like, I just felt like I failed, It's
Yeah.
like, should I? Would it matter? Just all those kind of thoughts.
And everyone at some stage will have that thing. Oh, today's not worth it. Oh, I've got to do. Oh, I want to harm myself. I want to end it. but you've obviously got through that rock bottom. What advice would you give to yourself if you could go now to you at rock bottom?
Yeah.
What would you whisper in your ear?
Oh, keep fighting, bro. It gets better. Time heals. A lot of things heal. Do the deep work. Feel what you got to feel. But don't make a permanent decision based off a temporary feeling.
Yes.
Someone told me that. I'm like, it's so true.
I
It just
love
hit the spot.
It does.
And I just got goosebumps.
I've
And
got them as well, brother. I'm not even joking with you.
Yeah, it's just so true, bro. You can't throw the towel in.
No.
Like you got to keep quiet. You got to keep fighting.
Yeah.
You know, things get better.
Yeah.
There's so many good times to come.
Yeah.
Don't give them up because you're not having a good time at the moment.
Yeah.
Feel it, accept it, move on from it, and it does get better.
When you flex your pecs, man, you actually nearly knock the roof down, man. And you know, in every roof there'd be cobwebs and everything, man. So I'll tell you what, you would have fucking felt would be some cobwebs if you keep moving that chest. But I'm glad that you got through it. You know, like I said, everyone at home will go through some sort of rock bottom. Yours might be different to mine, and I say this all the time. Mine might be different to yours. But the advice that you gave there is so true. And I know a lot of people that are at home will be able to take something from that.
Do you mind if I ask, because I haven't seen you much last year,
Yeah.
do you mind if I ask how you got through yours?
Well, bro, I got through mine because I never used to open up.
I
never used to
remember, yeah.
talk. I was always happy, but that's the only emotion I used to show people.
You're just a funny cunt everyone liked to be around.
That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So everyone knew me. Oh, Beery, he's such a happy guy. So I had that mask on, you know, and I just used to, if I'm having a bad day, I'd bottle it up. And then what would happen, it hit me. It could hit me when I'm on the piss, or it could hit me one day when I'm on my own. And then I would either come out through anger, you know, and it would be like a fizzy drink. Everything would build up. And something random small could be someone toots at me in the car. And I'm like, fuck this. I get out. I'm like, let's have a go. Because I never sort of dealt with things.
Yeah.
Now I deal with everything. Something comes at me, boom, I'll block it and I'll deal with it. I'll counterpunch it in another way. Whereas like today, I'll give you an example. I've been so busy, and this is a perfect example. I was just speaking to my auntie who's over from Manzeb, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't stopped for the last 4 days. I'm go. I felt a little bit flat. So I went home and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have a cold shower, and I'm not going to talk for an hour. I'm going to rest my brain. And I just said to myself, I'm going to be okay. I understood. I felt that emotion, and I just rode with it, and I dealt with it. I moved forward from it instead of pushing through it. Then it probably might have hit me when I was in this podcast, and I'd sit here like a fucking zombie. And that's the advice I give to everything.
Yeah, I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yep.
Thank you, my bro. So now you're obviously, I said this before, you're a jack of all trade, a master of none. And I mean that obviously lightheartedly because
It's very true.
but you can do everything. Now you've
wouldn't say
obviously, maybe not everything, but mate, you've even got into acting as of late. Tell
Yeah.
us a little bit about that.
Done a little bit, bro. I've probably done like in total 10 gigs.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it is, small cameos, commercials,
Yeah.
background, shit like that. But no, I've started to do a little bit more lately. And I've actually got a couple of cool things coming up, which I'm not allowed to speak about yet, but it'll be like my biggest role yet. So I'm excited.
Well, tell me about one of your last roles that you've done for the people that are at home so that they can get an image of what you've done. Were you like a model in a movie, or you weren't like a dwarf or something? What were you?
Absolutely not. Nah, but I've played pro wrestlers, bouncers, bikies. What else have I done? Did Zangief in one. Remember him?
Yeah, I did.
Street Fighter?
I did. That's
like,
fucking random as.
For like some commercial. Yeah, it was fucking random as.
Yeah, bro.
Shit like that.
Is
Anything they go, we need the biggest, ugliest kind of Sydney.
Yeah.
My agent goes, I know a guy.
I love that. So you've got an agent that goes out and scouts for you?
Yeah.
And is that something that you'd really like to pursue?
I'd love to, bro. I'm not going to bank on it.
Absolutely.
It's nice to mix it up.
Yeah,
you know
beautiful.
What I mean? I enjoy it. Bit of fun.
Good on you, man.
Meet cool people.
Yeah, good on you. Because what are you doing for work at the moment? How do you make your Johnny Cash?
So I used to be Australia's strongest man. So obviously I got a little following in the gym scene.
Yeah.
So I train people online. I still do a couple face-to-face.
Yeah.
That's my main bread and butter.
Yeah.
And then I also do private security for one person.
Okay, yeah.
Among then getting sponsors and
Yeah.
for fights and shit like that.
Of course.
Yeah.
So like, for example, so that people that are watching this at home, if they've got a business or something, if the shoe fits and then they want to maybe get you, and you've got like, how many followers you got?
Like 155,000.
155 on Instagram. So say they wanted to promote their business, they'd give you some money and then you do a post for them?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do the same thing, but it works for them.
Yeah.
You know, I say this all the time. We used to people would spend 500 in the back of a paper. Then it was Google. Now it's through your social media.
Yeah, it's everything now, bro.
It is.
Everyone's on their phone nonstop.
Yeah.
You have to be in it.
Yeah.
It's what everyone looks at all day.
They do, bro.
Yeah.
You mentioned you are Australia's strongest man. Is that current or when was it?
Nah. Has been.
Has been.
Has been.
But you could again. You obviously were before.
Yeah. No, I got it, bro. And then I was happy to throw in the white towel and walk away.
Yeah.
I got my record, which is what I wanted the day I started. I said I want to be the strongest cunt in Australia.
Yeah.
I did it and I walked away and I didn't look back. And I'm happy with it.
And what did that involve? I know your weight fluctuates, man, depending on how you eat.
Yeah.
I get sometimes worried when I'm near you if you're hungry, man. I'm thinking, man, he might fucking bite my ear. But mate, how heavy did you get up to?
The day I became the strongest dude in Australia, I weighed 181 kilos.
Yeah.
I was a big boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the strongest man in Australia at the moment? Do you know?
I think who's got the record now? I think it's still Odell. Odell Manuel.
Yeah.
That's the bloke I beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, all those years ago, and then I quit, and then he came back and got it back. So I think no one's beat him. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Now, which is fair.
Yeah.
For anyone that's looking to get in to become Australia's strongest man, what advice or what warnings would you give to them that what they've got to sort of be prepared for?
Look, you got to get big.
Yeah.
You got to get very big, you know? It's not the healthiest, but it kind of just, it is what it is, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Mass moves mass.
Yep.
So you got to get big. You got to start to get comfortable with being uncomfortable physically. So, for example, the 10 weeks leading up to the competition I did where I got the record,
Yeah.
I couldn't wipe my ass properly.
Yeah.
So this
How
is
heavy
just,
were you?
I was like 175 and then I got to 181 on comp day. So, bro, this is what we're talking about. I couldn't sleep. Couldn't sleep at all.
Yeah.
Do a shit, couldn't wipe my ass.
Wow.
So it's just one of those things. I know if I'm doing a shit, I have to shower after.
Yeah, that's right.
Or some gross cunt.
Yeah, that's yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is.
That's
My
right.
shoulders are too like that. I can't, no,
Wow.
too stiff. I can't sleep. Couldn't sleep lying down in the bed. I'm too big and bloated here. When I'd lie down, I'd just choke and I couldn't get air and I'd have anxiety going to sleep every night. I had to sleep on my couch like that. And it was a nightmare. Nightmare. You got to eat big. You get constant lower back pumps. You just need constant relief from it. You just got to always hold on to something, try and relieve your lower back.
It's almost too big, isn't it?
It's big, bro, but it works.
But let me say, the thought of not being able to wipe your ass when you do a shit, and this might be a bit of a personal question. When you look down to do a snake's hiss, could you see your Johnson?
No, my gut was big, bro. No,
Yeah.
it's just collateral damage.
Well, I want to bring some photos or some videos up about how
I'll show
big,
you some good
how
ones,
big
yeah.
you are. I want you to send them
Wait,
through.
do you remember the head on me?
You were massive,
like that.
brother.
It was just like a big pizza head full of water.
It's massive.
Yeah.
You know, and there's a bloke in Australia who's a big influencer at the moment, Jaden Lang. Have you ever met him before?
I never met him, no, but he's doing good. Yeah, funny cunt.
Mate, you know, I've never met him, but he does everything.
Yeah.
He's the same as us, mate. We're jack of all trade, master of none, but he's just having a go.
Yeah, good on him.
You know, he's played footy, mate. He does ads all over the shop. Now he's traveling. He was the third strongest man in Australia as well.
I seen that, yeah.
Yeah.
For his weight, yeah.
Oh, it's for his weight, was it?
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
It's great. Good on him.
You know?
He's doing well.
So would you encourage anyone to, get into that or just be prepared?
Bro, it's just one of those things. It's go after what you want,
Yeah.
regardless of what it is.
Yeah.
I wanted to do it because I got a taste of heavy weights and I loved it. And then I had the best fucking coach in the whole world. I was very lucky, bro. In the whole world, I had the best coach here in Sydney.
What was his name?
Sebastian Oreb.
Yep.
Yeah. We used to train not far from here, North Sydney.
Is the gym closed or you don't train there anymore?
They've moved to Marrickville. I still train there.
Yeah.
I still train there, bro. We're very close friends and
Yeah.
I'm lucky enough. So, yeah, the stars align. I was lucky enough to have the physique for it, the talent for it,
Yeah.
and legit the best coach in the world who had sponsored me and said, let's fucking do it. And was there with me every fucking day training. That's why we got good results very quick.
Yeah.
So the stars aligned in that regard.
Yeah. So would you recommend anyone to go to him? Do you think he made an impact to your performance?
If you want to get strong, you go to Australian Strength Coach on Instagram and you'll get strong.
Yeah, wow. Which is awesome, man. And that's a massive shout out, bro, and a credit to him.
Bro, it's a massive shout out, but it's a fact.
Yeah.
It's from the strongest guy in Australia. He also trains the strongest guy in the world, Thor, the mountain from Game of Thrones.
He's a big boy.
He's the biggest boy.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's a fact, bro. If you're in the know, you know Bass is the best coach.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky to have him.
You've achieved a lot. You know, you've won fights. You know, you've acted. Strongest man in Australia. You know, you couldn't wipe your ass properly. but, but what would you say your biggest accomplishment would be today?
My kids, bro.
Yeah.
Having my boys. Yeah.
Let's talk about them. So you got 2 boys?
3 boys.
3 boys.
Yeah.
Far out.
3 boys, bro.
Beautiful. And how old are they at the moment?
Nearly 7, 5, 4.
Yeah.
So I did 3 under 3.
Wow, man.
How's this? Ready? Married 1 year, kid the next, kid the next, kid the next, divorced the next.
Fuck.
Hectic.
Well, you know what, mate? It's they say good things come in threes, and then so man, when the fourth things, when you have that third good thing, you think, fuck, mate, what's fucking next?
Yeah, what's next?
But that's a beautiful feeling, you know, Alex. I don't have any kids, you know me. I love my friends, I love my family. You know, I've got my beautiful auntie here at the moment who goes back to New Zealand on Saturday. But it's an awesome, you know, it would be an awesome feeling, isn't it?
Bro, it's the best feeling. It's I can say very proudly and very truthfully, I didn't know what love was until I held my son.
Yeah.
And I was married, and I've got nice parents, and I've got good friends. I did not know what love was until I held my son, bro.
Yeah.
And just, you know, you created this little human. You just want to do right by him, try to nurture them right, build them up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give them some of the things you know you needed when you were younger, so you try to make it better, all that kind of stuff. It's the best feeling, bro.
There's no
See
guide
their
to
little
parenting.
personalities.
Yeah.
It's nice, bro. And there is no guide to parenting. It's legit. It's like a day-by-day thing.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard.
Yeah.
Hard as. Especially 3 young crazy boys fucking spazzing out.
Yeah.
Single dad. Hard as.
Yeah.
But what's the alternative? Like,
Yeah.
not be there? Fuck that.
Yeah, that's right.
I love it, bro. To me, it's the meaning of life.
Beautiful.
In my opinion.
That's beautiful, man.
And I know it sounds cliche.
No, it's true.
But it changes, bro. Once you have a kid, everything changes for the better.
Yeah.
So something to look forward to for yourself.
I love that. I'm, you know what, mate? I'm single, but I'm not rushing in that regard. I know the love that I've got out there to give, but when it comes, it comes.
That's it. And there's no right time.
Yeah.
There's people like, especially like with the wogs, it's like, hurry up, have kids.
Yeah.
But there's no right time, bro. When it's meant to be, it will be.
That's right.
You know?
If you go out to force it, you'll probably end up, you know, like.
You end up divorced.
Yeah. I don't want to laugh because you'll probably be watching thinking, fuck this Beery, laughing at me. But so I want to go on the fact that like I said, I've known you for a long time, but man, you've had some injuries.
Yeah, bro. Worst run of injuries that I know of personally, I've had.
I agree with you.
Very unlucky.
Let's talk a little bit about your injuries because, you know, you it's literally like every year or every second year. And I don't, you know what, and touch wood, mate, it's the end to it, man. But fuck, mate, how do they affect you?
Oh, massively. I've had, it's been a little bit now. So now it's been 4 surgeries in 6 years.
Yeah.
Whereas before it was 4 in 4 years.
Yeah.
So
tell me about the injuries.
Torn bicep off the bone, shoulder front, shoulder back.
Yeah.
Torn bicep left, full Rico left shoulder. Full Rico ankle 2 times.
Yeah. No
ligament in my right knee. Those are the big ones, other than big tears that didn't require surgery, as well as broken bones and slip discs, bulging discs, all that shit. Yeah.
What do the physios put that down to? Because for anyone that's never seen you throw a punch, man, you're as quick as a freaking lightweight, as powerful as, man, and it's got, you know, it was once said that, man, you punch just back in his prime, you punch just as hard as Mark Hunt, someone said to me through the grapevine. Do they say it's anything about your size, or do they just say you're unlucky?
Look, obviously I put a lot of thought into this.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
Over the years, you just, after every surgery, you're just thinking, why? Fuck, why?
Yeah.
Why do I keep breaking? Like physically snapping.
Yeah.
And I would have to put it down to the years of doing high level strength training, lifting big barbells, where my goal is to be as big and stiff and tight as possible. That's what you have to do when you're lifting big weight.
Yeah.
Stiff, tight, everything strong, stiff.
Yeah.
Right? And then my old coach would be like, hey, bro, I'm doing a show. Do you want to fight in 6 weeks? And I'm like, fuck yeah, sick. So I've gone from being massive and stiff to start flicking shots.
Yeah.
And legit, at the weight I was and how stiff I was, it's like the joints can't keep up with the muscles.
Yeah.
So I would throw, especially when I start getting tired in training
Yeah.
and everything does stiffen up even more. And shit was just breaking, bro.
But you actually do, like, you and I have the same physio. You go to Rip? Do you go?
Yep.
Yeah, which is, mate, he's a great bloke, but an even better physio.
He's a gun, yeah.
He's a gun man.
Yeah.
You know, you work on your body a lot as
I
well.
do, bro, because it's like my job.
It really is,
Yeah.
man. It
But
really.
the last year to 2 years, I've changed my training massively.
Yeah.
I'm not as heavily focused on the big weights anymore.
Yep.
And I'm really trying to focus on more skill work for my sport
Yeah.
and looking after my body more, which
Yeah.
might be now being okay with if I know if my body's fucking
Maybe you do that thing with your chest again, man. I'm serious, brother. Because I'm fucking only a couple meters away from him. If this one goes down too, I'm in a bit of Barney, I'll tell you. yeah.
can't help it.
Yeah.
It's it's one of those things. I forgot what to say.
No, which I've got a few questions for you.
Yeah, bro.
Now, these are things that you've all been through. For anyone that wants to be a fighter, might be a big bloke, you know, they might be, say, a young bloke, 17, 18, 19, and they're a big bloke and they want to be a fighter. What advice would you give to someone?
Take your time. Seek out a really good coach. Take your time warming up. Take your time warming down. Do all the rehab shit, all the recovery shit, all the prehab shit. Your body is what's going to make your career. Look after it. Don't take shortcuts. Don't just go in, do the hard punching, the hard fucking groundwork, and walk out. Eat good. Prioritize sleep. Go get your physio. Go get your massage. Go do some swimming. Go do sauna. Tick every single box because once you got an injury, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And you're just wasting time. And everyone's progressing and you're just staying there.
Yeah.
Take your time, tick all the small boxes because they add up.
Yeah. You've taken fights on short notice. You've won the majority of your fights, obviously, where you've knocked them out, but you have lost as, you know, to that, obviously, that champion, mate, where it would have, as one of you was going down. It's as simple as that. Would you give any advice to any fighters regarding not rushing into fights or?
Yeah, well, look, for example, that one where I got chinned, that was 6 months after I tore my bicep off the bone. I didn't spar one round, right? I wanted to do it because if I won, I had a UFC contract.
Oh, really?
That was my dream, bro. So I
Yes.
just thought, fuck this.
Yeah.
I'll just knock him out. I threw my right hand on the pad the week before the fight. I go, oh, I think it's okay. My whole camp was just rehab on my arm.
Yeah.
Then I went in there and I'm like, fuck, I forgot how to fight. So
Yeah.
start swinging.
Yeah.
So looking back, this is how I think of things now. What would I tell my son?
Yeah.
Because I know that that's the best case
Yeah.
advice I'm going to give to anyone.
That's right.
So what would I tell my son? Okay, if you're not ready, don't do it.
Yeah.
Take the extra month or two.
Yeah.
Get your body ready. If you're fucking something mentally is bad in your life at the time, take a month off.
Yeah.
Relax. Look after your mind. This is like it's a long race. It's not a sprint.
Yeah.
Especially to a young fighter. You got time. Play the long game. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because if shit goes wrong, it goes wrong.
Yeah.
And then it's hard to build back up.
Absolutely.
In every aspect.
Yeah.
You know?
There's no rush.
There's no rush.
Yeah.
If you're a young fighter, do the right things. Tick the boxes. Take your time. Listen to people that love you. Don't listen to cunts that if you lose a fight, they'll fucking sack you like that.
They do.
Yeah, bro.
So some advice to a young kid, because obviously it's something you've been through as well, that wants to be that tough guy, or not tough guy, or have that gangster look. What advice would you give to, say, a young guy that might be going through that stage at the moment?
That wants to
You know, just be like that tough guy, or that sort of gangster, or get involved in that criminal lifestyle.
What would I say to him?
Mhm.
Get involved in martial arts.
Yep.
Yeah, bro. Get involved in martial arts. Go do a jiu-jitsu class.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You think you're a sick cunt? Beautiful. Go do a jiu-jitsu class. And a 60-kilo guy taps you out and you're tapping for your life or else you're going to die.
Yeah.
Humbles you. You're like, oh, okay, I'm vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to drop the ego slightly
Yeah.
and learn the ropes.
Yeah.
Go do boxing sparring. Go jump into an amateur fight. Go train wrestling for an hour with a gun wrestler. See how you feel.
Mm.
Start just humbling yourself, training your body. You'll realize that walking around like you're a hard cunt. It's like, it's embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? put it this way: the toughest cunts I met in jail, like some of the most feared men in Australia,
Yeah.
in there for murders and shit,
Yeah.
they're the friendliest dudes.
Yeah.
They're the friendliest dudes. Hey mate, how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the food? Blah 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 blah. How'd you sleep? How you sleeping? How you finding it?
Yeah.
Blah. And then I didn't know who they were. Then you ask your mate, who's that? Oh, he just shot 2 people in the head.
Yeah.
It's like, oh fuck,
Yeah.
he's a sweet guy.
Yeah.
He's got nothing to prove.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So get involved in martial arts.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to actually be tough, sweet. Go make a career out of it.
Yeah.
Go get paid, get famous.
Massively.
Fuck yeah, improve yourself.
So what are the next few years? Well, I want to finish on this. We look back at this in a few years' time. What are some boxes that you want to tick over the next few years?
I want to make the UFC. I want to do well. I want to get a bit more into acting. And I would like to, with my kind of quote resume, I would love to build a big kind of mental health, mental strength brand, but like kind of just be a well-known ambassador for it as someone that kind of has my background and looks the way I do. Like for example, I'm very passionate about mental health and
Yeah.
mental strength, very much so. And I really want to get involved in this field more.
Yeah.
And like I do mentoring in the juvie here.
Yeah.
I speak to some of the boys. You just want to try and like show them that there's another way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did my first little mental health walk a few months ago,
Beautiful.
which was only a small turnout, but it was fine.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed. I wanted to do it for 2 years, bro.
Yeah.
And I was embarrassed to post it out of what people would think.
Because it was a small group?
No, because I just said anyone who wants to come, come.
Yeah.
3 people came.
Yeah.
And then myself. So there was 4 people.
Yeah.
But it was just the thought of like, oh, why is he posting this?
Yeah, that's right.
So 2 years I put it off, and I knew I wanted to do it, and it was the right
Yeah.
thing to do. But
Yeah.
then I just finally realized, I'm like, fuck, I don't care what anyone thinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
So I just posted it. So I really want to grow awareness in that aspect, and I want to say, if I'm the strongest dude in the country,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm the strongest dude in the country,
And you'd be one of the toughest and best fighters.
and I'm a professional fighter,
Yeah.
and I've gone to jail,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, if you're having a tough time mentally, it's okay. Doesn't make you weak. It actually makes you strong to reach out for help and speak to someone and say, look, man, I'm doing a bit tough at the moment. Do you mind if we have a chat? Just maybe
Yeah.
just come for a walk with me. Just put it out there. You're
Yeah.
asking for help. Takes strength. Takes courage. You know what I mean? It's not being weak when you're having a tough time. Life's hard, bro. Life's very hard. You never know what someone's going through. They're like someone in their family could be dying. They could have just lost someone. They could have lost their job, their way to make money. Whatever it may be, life's tough, bro. People go through things. It's okay to not feel great all the time. And I really want to push that it's not weak to say, I'm doing it tough at the moment, you know? I want to build a little community where people can come together in a safe space
Yeah.
and just be vulnerable and, you know, look
'Cause every-
after each other.
And we
You know
all
what I mean?
should.
We
And
have to, bro.
We have to, brother. You know, I do similar movements and something that we can talk about doing in the future. But to anyone that's at home that may be struggling at the moment, that's looking down the barrel, looking at you, what advice do you want to give to someone that's struggling?
It gets better. Don't fucking suffer in silence. Speak out. Reach out to people. You know what I mean? Reach out to me.
Yeah.
If it's a legit message, I'll read it. I'll
Yeah.
respond to you.
Yeah.
Reach out to me.
Yeah.
Reach out to someone. Bro, when I was at rock bottom, I called Lifeline. I
Yeah.
didn't know what to do.
I have too.
I was too embarrassed to call my friends.
Yep.
So I didn't know what to do, bro.
Yeah.
I just called. I just wanted to speak to someone. And I felt better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I've done
Speak to someone. Don't suffer in silence. You're doing yourself a big disservice. You know, there are people that care. You know what I mean? So,
bro, mate, can you see my goosebumps?
bro, yeah, now I'm getting into
Bro, you're getting them as well. But you know what? It's so true. And to
it
anyone,
is true. And that's from, quote, the strongest dude in the country.
yeah,
If you're suffering mentally,
Yeah.
it's okay to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't make you a weak person.
yeah,
If you got the balls to actually say, fuck, I'm doing a bit tough at the moment, man.
yeah.
It
Because
gives
we
you
all
strength.
will at some stage.
How can we not?
Yeah,
How can we not, bro?
yeah.
It gives you strength. That's my opinion. And I really want to push that, you know?
And that's powerful. And everyone at home, mark those words. Reach out, whether to be to Alex, to myself, to someone that you know that knows you and understands you, because it's only going to help you. Don't suffer in silence because it's not going to do you anything. But my brother, I want to thank you so much for coming on. I love you. There's so many people who are going to take so much from this. You're a good bloke. You're a laugh, man. You're just a genuine good cunt, my brother. And I'm so grateful to have met you many, many moons ago.
Remember Stereo?
Yeah.
2015?
I was standing on your shoulders, mate.
2013, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Find that photo.
Bro, yeah, bro. But I love you, brother. Guys, I know for a fact you would have enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned. We'll be doing episodes weekly. But if you're not following Alex, give him a follow on social media, which is Godly Strong. Stay tuned and thank you so much. Cough, cough. We're off.